Here is my review of the Yi 4K action camera by Yi Technology. This isn't going to be a complete unboxing because honestly, you know what you're going to get. With this small of a box, you're just going to get the standard USB, and really that's about it. Maybe the usual books and stuff like that. But this is the camera itself. It's actually extremely small. So we will compare it to, say, the size of a business card, and that's the size of a business card. So you can just see how small it is with that comparison. I like to call this the GoPro killer, but I honestly would say that they're really identical in my opinion, but obviously this is half the price. Now coming in at $199.99 based on the latest updated price on Amazon on the Yi Technology store. So if you're gonna have I'd say a low to medium range budget, this is really the camera to go with, and I'll tell you why coming up. You can see by the label on this camera, it supports 4K video. Now, I know that you might hear a lot of these Chinese companies saying, oh, we have 4K video, and then you'll see it looks terrible because it's in actuality maybe 15 frames per second. So that's really unusable for anything besides, oh, I have 4K video. But we're going to be looking at the true specs of this, and I have the latest firmware update on January 17th, 2017. The supported video formats, we have 4K at 30 frames per second, 4K Ultra, that's really just about the same as 4K, 2.7K, so now you're going down a little at 30 frames per second. But I really find myself not using 4K just due to the file size, and so many screens out there today don't even support 4K, and it just takes so long to upload or download. So now I'd say 1080p is the one that I use the most, and you can do 60 frames per second, 120 frames per second, but 1080p at 60 frames per second normally gets the job done. And as you can go down to 720p, so this is at 720p at 240 frames per second, so you can actually get a nice slow motion video. Right into the UI, you can see that right now I'm in 4K at 30 frames per second, but if we go to video, you can see, here we go. This is actually my first review of a camera, so it might not be the cleanest, but you know, it'll do the job. So we have photo, timer. I don't find myself using timer that much because honestly, this isn't, timer is more of a photo feature, and this camera is an action camera, so it's really used for video. Burst, that's more of a photo feature. Then we have video. This is obviously going to be the most used feature on this camera. Time-lapse video, slow motion, and it does have 1080p at 120 FPS and 720p at 240 frames per second. And as we go down, you have time-lapse photo, loop, a video photo, and this is a feature that they've recently added. And if you have a YouTube channel or a Facebook page, or you just want to broadcast on Facebook Live on your personal Facebook, this feature is going to really come in handy, and I'll tell you why coming up. I'm going to go into this live feature real quick, a little more in depth, because this is really something that GoPro cannot do. You might have some third-party apps, but as far as I know, GoPro cannot do this wirelessly. Now, I may be wrong, but as far as I knew, that's the case. So pretty much what you do is, I'm actually recording this video with my phone, so I won't be able to show you, but it's on the Yi Action app, and you put in the stream key and the stream and other stream information, just like you would on a Facebook Live. The same information comes up when you start a Facebook Live or a YouTube. You put that into, it's either Facebook, another video format, and then it has custom, and I find myself using custom more often than not, especially for my Facebook page. So you can use that feature, and it actually works really fast. And what happens is all you do is just connect it, scan the barcode right here, or scan the QR code, and it just pops right up on the Facebook Live. And if you wanted to, so I have a little case right here, as most owners of this camera do, and you can also see, by the way, real quick, it has the tripod mount already built in. Now this camera isn't waterproof, unfortunately, but I mean, I don't know if I would go out with this without a case, just due to the fact that it is rather expensive. You'll see just a basic power button and right there, and then you won't see many buttons on this because it is a touchscreen. But back to the case idea. So say you want to put this in the case and broadcast, say, in my case, maybe a thunderstorm or some other event. Now, I don't think you'll be able to broadcast underwater just due to the Wi-Fi and issues like that, but that actually would be extremely cool if you could, but I don't think you'll be able to do that. But really, you can broadcast anything. Now, you do need Wi-Fi or 4G LTE, but nowadays, most people have that shouldn't really be an issue. But it really works flawlessly if you just do what you should do, and it's really only about a three-step process, I'd say. So that's the live feature, and that's a little bit about the live feature. So this is a feature that I think is really useful and actually quite unique. I don't have any actual footage of this camera in this video due to the fact that don't really have much going on at this point, but I'm sure you can find a lot of other footage around YouTube. And I would have to say that this is, like I said earlier, extremely comparable to the GoPro Hero. I would say 4. It's pretty similar to the 5. 5 might have a little edge on it, but it's really not a big difference. I've probably said that about 4 times by now, but there's really no big difference. And you can find the accessories anywhere at this point, whether it's GearBest or any site like that. So it just pops out like that. So this is the Yi 4K action camera, and this has been my review, or really overview, of the Yi 4K action camera. I hope you found something useful out of this, and stay tuned for more videos.